As soon as the man opened his eyes, he saw a clown standing at the foot of his bed. The clown was in a tattered trimp costume, with smeared paint on his face and a sinister grin. The man felt a chill run down his spine, and the clown continued to stare at him with unblinking eyes. Suddenly, the clown began to move, slowly approaching the man with a strange, galloping gait. The man tried to scream, but his voice got stuck in his throat. He tried to move, but his limbs were heavy and unresponsive. When the clown came closer, the man saw that the paint on his face was not just multicolored curls, but intricate mysterious symbols engraved on the skin. The man realized with horror that the clown was not a man in a suit, but something much more evil. The man lay frozen in his bed, his heart pounding in his chest, while the disguised clown slowly approached him. The closer he got, the more he could see that his eyes were black pits devoid of any emotion or humanity. The clown's crooked smile seemed to widen as he approached, revealing a row of sharp, pointed teeth. At that moment, the man realized that he was not dealing with an ordinary clown, but with something much more sinister. He had heard rumors of a dark ritual summoning a demon from another world, and the disguised clown was his chosen vessel. It is known that the demon took the form of a clown and especially loved children. The man tried to move again, but his body was still paralyzed with fear. He knew he had to do something, otherwise he would become another victim of the demon's insatiable hunger. With an effort of will, he managed to force himself to sit up and turn around to face the clown. To his surprise, the clown stopped and tilted his head to one side. The man felt his gaze piercing him, probing his mind for weakness. He gritted his teeth and held his gaze, refusing to show any fear. The clown let out a low guttural growl, then turned and left the room. The man leaned back on the headboard, panting, relieved that he had managed to survive the collision. But he knew that the demon would not give up so easily. It will come back, and when it does, he should be ready. Over the next few days, the man began to study the demon and the dark ritual that caused it. He discovered that the only way to exorcise a demon is to perform the ritual in reverse, but this requires a rare and powerful artifact that is almost impossible to find. Despite the difficulties, the man did not give up. He studied ancient texts, consulted with experts on the occult, and even went to the seedy underworld of the city in search of an artifact. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but he never lost hope. Finally, after a long and treacherous journey, he found the artifact he was looking for. It was a small ornate casket with engraved symbols of protection and protection. He knew that this was the key to exorcising the demon and saving his soul. With a box in his hands, the man returned home and prepared for the ritual. He drew protective symbols on the floor, lit candles and chanted a spell summoning a demon. When the demon appeared in a cloud of smoke, the man picked up the box and ordered him to enter. The demon let out a cry of rage and defiance, but it was too late. The box caught him, and with a last flash of light he disappeared into oblivion. The man collapsed to the floor, exhausted, but inspired. He went through the most terrible experience of his life and emerged victorious. From that day on, he knew that he would never underestimate the power of darkness and would always be ready to face it face to face.